Hello and welcome to today's crystal ball reading. So today, as I wait for people to come in, I know I haven't scheduled this, so I do apologise again for a spontaneous stream. Let's say a spontaneous stream. But at the taxidermy store, I bought these. So these are moth wings. Now, you know, you can, I suppose, get moth wings, but unfortunately, a moth may find a moth in your home, no longer with us, you know. But yeah, so I'll explain the reason why I felt really drawn to moth wings specifically. If our music is broken again. Oh gosh, I'm having a lot of trouble with music lately. So for those of you who don't know, it's like a plant music device. So excuse the mess there from a spell before, but it's plugged into a plant and it makes music from the plant biorhythm. I do have issues with it sometimes. But yeah, so hello and welcome. And so we'll talk about the moth wings first. So I've been meaning to show these for a while. They kind of do link into taxidermy, but I'm not going to use them in the bone reading. But I will explain about them. So the moth, Aslila, hello and welcome. So the moth is related to or linked to, like the moth totem or spirit animal, is linked to astral projection. And astral projection is something that I do practice quite often. And if I can, actually, I don't know how I get this open, actually. Because what I was going to do is to take these moth wings and put them in this necklace to wear. Oh, it's stuck. To wear when I am meditating for astral projection. So it's a symbol, a symbol of the totem animal of the moth. The moth is highly connected to astral projection. So yeah, so Kevin, that might be of interest to you. Moth wings, symbol of astral projection, basically. That's what the moth is connected to. So I actually didn't know. Oh, there we go. I think it's easy to open. There we go. So moth wings. So we have a little pile of them there. Kevin, you're actually on a priority list. I'll go over the priority list in a moment, and I am going to be prioritizing members as well. So Estelila, you're not on there, but you may be prioritized since you are a member. But so the moth totem animal is a very good totem animal to work with for astral projection, basically, is what I'm saying. So I'm going to put the moth wings in this necklace, and then I use this necklace for. I have to be very careful with them, actually. I'm a bit heavy-handed sometimes. So I use this necklace for practicing astral projection. So I'll wear it when I'm practicing astral projection. Oh wow, quite a few. So yeah, it's just another kind of tip, I suppose. If you are someone who's serious about astral projection, I'm not saying you have to get moth wings, but it may help to connect with the moth totem animal. If you just try to connect with the moth, that might be a positive thing, So there we are. We have them in there. You can see. If they can. Don't want them to get trapped in the metal part. I got a hair in there somehow. Am I? So try to push them all to the center, and then this. Oh, come on. Ah! Oh no. Oh, it's trying to fly away. So this will be worn during my astral projection meditations. So it's a symbol of astral projection and connection with the moth totem animal. So I thought it'd be nice to show it on the stream because it is kind of taxidermy linked, and as you regulars know, I'm getting pretty into taxidermy myself here. So I just thought I would show that to begin with. I think it's pretty cute and unique. So there we are. Symbol of astral projection on moth totem animal. So let's Kevin, you're a member! Yay! We have a renewed member. Amazing. That is so lovely. I appreciate that. So okay. So from our list, I'll do another list here of people who are actually in today, I suppose. So our first one will be Leela. Oh no, sorry, Kevin, because Kevin's on priority. Sorry, I apologize. If the person is on priority, so I'm going to put priority people here, people who aren't priority here, and that's the way we work. So we can try to get to those people who waited all stream. But Leela will be here. But as Leela is a member, I may bump you up. I may bump you up as well. I'm not kind of sure how to go about it because we have priority, then we have members, you know. So, but let's leave that there for now. And let's go on with the first one at least. Ankita, hello and welcome. Samina, hello and welcome. Kevin says looks good for astral projection. Yes. It is good. I do work very symbolically, and I'm really appreciating like working closely with animals at the moment, animal spirits. So yes. Okay, so let's see. So bone reading. If you're here for bone reading, please let me know, because I know some people jump in thinking it's going to be a crystal ball. So if you are here for bone reading, do let me know. So Suns, you will be here as you are not on priority, I don't think. Let's cross Kevin off there. Let's see. Ankita is not on priority, but you can go here. Ankita. And Samina, let me know if you are wanting a bone reading. Yes, Samina, okay. Oh no, I thought you were on priority then. I was like, oh no. So Samina, okay. Oh yeah, you're right there. Oh my gosh. What am I like? So Samina, yeah, sorry. You're right there. I thought I saw you. So it'd be Kevin, Samina, Leela, Suns, and Ankita is how it seems right now. Let's see. Yeah, sorry, Samina. I apologize for that. Ankita says, do you remember you pulled a card from yesterday and channeling came out? Yes. I dreamt of my father yesterday and I felt like it was something to... Yes. Yes. That's very interesting, and you're very in tune then, which is great. So we can see what comes up in the reading. So for Samina and anyone who so anybody who is new to this or has never seen it, basically this is a sample reading. My full in-depth bone readings of like one-on-one that people buy, of course, they use more of the elements. It's a little bit more in-depth. But on stream, we choose 2 bones, 2 shells, and 2 crystals. And you can choose them, or you can ask me to be guided to choose them. I hold them in the center and I drop them down, and where they land is represents certain things. So this mat, this casting mat, has certain sections: social, friendship, love, advice and guidance, spirit and self, home and family, health and well-being, money, and career and business. So this is kind of like the money section, connection section, you know? And where they land is how I read it. So I did kind of invent this myself, inspired by bone reading. So it's not only bone reading, of course, we have shells and crystals as well, and I made the casting mat myself. So it's very intuitive, but it's kind of based on the ancient bone reading practices, inspired by them, you could say. So if you are wanting to pick the bones yourself, I would appreciate, pick the things yourself. I would appreciate if you thought about that before it's your turn. But I'm very happy to do it for you. A lot of people just say do what you're guided to do, which is fine. But we do have, I'll go over it just in case. So we have snake skin, crow's foot, chicken foot, stag antler, rabbit skull, mouse skull, sheep tooth, snake spine, rabbit toe, shark tooth, buffalo tooth, deer, and fox tooth. They're the bones we have. And then we have crystals, we have bismuth, malachite, our love stone, bloodstone, sunstone, mookaite, and I don't remember every name for every stone, but we have smoky quartz and we have clear quartz. We have a few that I don't remember the names of, like these, but you're very welcome to choose them by their colour, you know, if you choose them by their colour. And then I've lost my oyster. I've lost my oyster shell. I will find it eventually, but yeah, it's gone missing at the moment. I will find it. But at the moment we have these ones. you can choose from. So I call these are pointing shells because where they point to is important. We have the Shiva shell, we have the spoon shell, and we have the open shell, which someone told me what that was called recently and I forgot. So I apologize for that. But it's the meanings and where they land that's important. So let's see. I will get onto it now. I just wanted to make sure that you guys know what's going on if you haven't had one before. So let's see. So the two lists are the reason. I think I can see your comments. Oh, Kieran. Oh no, I'm getting mixed up with Kieran and Ankita again. Why do I always do that? Let me see who commented first. The members' names are in green and it's very, very hard to read. So you had Ankita. Yeah, Ankita, you were first, so that's okay. But Kieran, yeah, so I did miss you. Kieran, I think you were before... Yeah, you were before Samina, but you're not on Samina's on priority, so I will put you here. You were after Ankita, so I think that's fair. Put you there. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments at the moment. So it is a general reading. Your bones may not fall in the love section. It's very intuitive. It depends where they land. Goody, hello, welcome. Goody, are you on priority? I can't remember. No, okay. So put Goody here. Let me mark off who are our members here. So Eslila's a member, Kevin's a member, Ankita is a member, Kieran's a member, and Goody is a member. So I think we only have Suns and Samina who are not members, but Samina's on priority. So that is why Samina is on the top. So the reason for two lists is because the priority people are the people who waited the whole of the last stream to get a reading and I didn't get to them. So they go on priority because they waited for the whole stream. I just think it's fair to do it that way. So let's see. Yeah, Kieran, I put you as a member. So right, let's see. Okay, so we'll begin with Kevin. Let's get started. So let me just have a little drink here and we'll begin with Kevin. Sorry if you can hear that. Drinking pretty close to the mic there. So okay. So we have Kevin first. Are we going intuitively here, or is there anything specific that you want in the reading, Kevin? Please try to, if specific you do want, please try to let me know before your reading, or I will just go intuitively with how I feel to keep the momentum going. I don't want to wait too long. So I think Kevin, you are first. Do we have any preferences? Okay, perfect. Okay, let's do... I want oh, sorry, I'm looking at... I want clear quartz for you. I want the bismuth. So let's move these crystals. I want Shiva shell and pointing shell for Kevin. And mouse skull. And let's do this, seabird spine. Seabird spine it is. So I'm feeling guided to for you. So move the other ones off. Oh, Fox Tooth is left there. Move the other ones off the mat here. I know you can't see the full mat. It's trying to get it in a position that I can see the screen and also read the comments. Okay, so let's begin. So have two of each for Kevin. Just be very, very careful with the mouse skull. Very delicate. Okay, so we move everything off the mat to make sure the mat is clear. We hold our elements above the yin yang. And we, of course, I'm focusing on Kevin's energy. If Kevin was with me, Kevin would be holding them. So yes, and then we would drop them down. And where they land is how we read it. So first of all, the centerpiece here, the yin yang, is like present moment. As we head out are passed down the ribbons. We're getting further and further into the more distant future. So as we can see, there's a lot of things going on, a kind of present chapter or near future chapter. So our current chapter can be 3 months. If you're only just stepping into it, it can actually be 3 months. So we have like 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, generally. But Kevin might be, with this bismuth being landing that way, that's the way you want the bismuth to land. So that might suggest that you're quite ahead in your current chapter. So you probably haven't got that much long left in your current chapter. Like I do say, it can be around 3 months. You're probably almost through it. You're probably almost heading to the next chapter, because this is the way we want it to land. It's very upright. But if we do look at it in terms of where kind of the position still, it's on the yin yang, I know, but it's kind of in the social, friendship and love and partnership section, if we were to section it through the yin yang, you know, because this is the social, this is the love and partnership, and it's kind of landed in between these two. So it does suggest that you're progressing well through your current chapter, because it's upright, it's elevation, it's almost like leveling up, if you will. But it's particularly in friendships and love and partnerships, which it could be saying that you're going to have improvement, you're going to level up in social energy or romantic energy or anything like that. Anything is possible in social. So networking, friendships, love, romantic partnerships and things like that. Anything like that could be leveling up very soon. You could be tapping more into your social energies. You could be improving your social skills, anything like that, because it's in the social section. So really leveling up in that respect is very, very nice. Love and partnerships. The near future, I would say to you, is probably pretty near future. Probably is within the next 2 to 3 months, because I do feel with this one that you're quite the way through your current chapter. So you have, first one, we have clarity. We have the clear quartz is saying you have clarity coming in love and partnership. So you might begin to get more, it could be like you notice more when people are into you, like, you know, like you recognize flirting from normal conversation, or it could be clarity of knowing who is interested in you. Maybe someone, admits their feelings, shows their feelings in some way, because you're getting clarity in love and partnership coming up. But the more, I didn't say negative, I never say negative things, but the more, something to think about and look at would be the Shiva shell. Because generally you want it to be that way with the nice little twirl on it, the little spiral, but it's this way. So we have it this way, and so it's kind of saying that you're a little bit out of touch with your guides, a little bit out of touch with your spiritual path. It's not necessarily super negative, but with the Shiva shell, it's different than a pointing shell. So the pointing shell, we want to look at where this is pointing, but with the Shiva shell, we want to look at where the crevice points to, which is advice and guidance. But it's stemming from the love and partnership. So whatever this clarity is, whatever comes to light around love and partnerships, you're going to have to be mindful of taking advice about this, especially regarding around spiritual things. So are you spiritually connected to this person? Do you have a life lesson to learn? Are they a twin flame? Are they a soulmate? You know, that might not be, although there's going to be clarity around who has interest or something on the love path, you're going to be a little bit disconnected in a spiritual sense. Now, that can be normal. When we focus more on our work path or our love path, you know, we can, you know, step away from our spiritual path a little bit. That's quite normal. You can't always balance every single thing perfectly. That's just not human. So it's not necessarily negative, but it's just telling us to be mindful, or you, Kevin, to be mindful about love and partnerships. Be mindful of advice that you're given, especially spiritual advice. Any spirit, like if you get channelings done or anything like that, you know, like we do here, just take on the advice and be mindful. It doesn't mean that there's anything negative with this relationship, but it might just mean that you need to make sure you're getting all of the full picture, you know, and maybe try to keep a little bit more balance with your spiritual path. Try not to fall too far out of your spiritual path when you get super connected in this love partnership, basically. Because we also have the mouse school. Now, the mouse school is about paying attention to small details. So again, it's in the advice and guidance section, like the Shiva shell is pointing to. So do take the advice. Even the mouse school is kind of affirming that, you know, it's reiterating that. It's saying, pay attention to small details, take on advice and guidance, just be very mindful and very open, you know, and this is all in quite, it's coming up, it's in the near future, you know. Just being very mindful, looking at the small details, not missing things. Yeah, the word I really would say is mindful, certainly. So yes, and that's all about the love and partnerships and advice and guidance, and maybe a bit about the spiritual path. Well, here in our actual, so this section, you can't see the name of this one, pointing to now with the shell in, but it's the spirits and self section. Spirits and self. And you have a pointing shell, and it's pointing kind of between advice and guidance and love and partnership again. So it's like all of these elements are just resonating with each other. They're all trying to kind of give the same message. It's like there must be something you must have a spiritual connection with this person that's coming up. You must have. But there might be difficulty there. Maybe it's like a twin flamish or karmic relationship, because there's a lot going on with spirit itself with this person, but the Shiva shell's the wrong way. So it's kind of like there is a spiritual connection. It might be very positive, but you might have lessons to learn with this person. It might not be super smooth sailing, if that makes sense. But our last one, that's further out into the more distant future, is our bird spine. So the bird spine is all about freedom. It's about fleeing the nest, it's about taking on, so it's something that brings you more independence but also more responsibility. So I always relate that to like learning to drive. When we get a car, when we learn to drive, we are, how can I say it, we're more free. We can go wherever we want. We don't have to wait for what's it called, public transport. But we do have more responsibility. We have to put fuel in this car. We have to, be careful, be mindful, be focused. It's more responsibility. So I'm not talking about car for you. I'm just trying to explain the kind of element it is. It's like more freedom, but more responsibility. But your one has landed in home and family. So with that, it could be moving house. It could be moving to a different country. It could be something about home and family. It could even be like moving in with this person, maybe. But it's all about like a big kind of step where you have a bit more independence but more responsibility. So when it's in home and family, it very well could link to moving home. And it's a bit more responsibility, so it could be moving home for like a work purpose, or moving home for not necessarily a work purpose, but it could be something like that because it's more responsibility. So, of course, if you're living on your own, maybe you don't live on your own right now. Maybe you're going to live on your own, or maybe you're just going to move home, move location, move country, something like that, in the more distant future here. But definitely a positive change brings you more freedom, but more responsibility in the home and family setting. So that's Kevin. That's Kevin's reading. So let me see. Sorry, you said you like the blue crystal, and I picked a bit out, I would say. So we have next you choose one. Samina. I don't have lapis lazuli at the moment. Samina, if you're here, just confirm that you're happy for me to choose the crystals, or the elements, or you have any preferences to the elements. Feel free to let me know if you have any preferences to your elements. I appreciate people who've already told me in the chat. Happy to scroll up when it's your turn, so that's great. But yeah, so just lay them back out. If you do want to choose, give it a bit of time. But otherwise, I would say I'm happy to choose for you. I'm happy to be intuitive and choose for you. So let's see. Samina says, okay. So if we really want to look at love life, we'll do the love stone and we'll do the rabbit skull, because they do link a bit more to love. And you're thinking of chakras as well. So maybe we would do like the more health stone kind of thing, see if they pop up anywhere. Oh wait, that's too many. Let's take this one away. So how do two crystals? Let's use the snake skin. I usually have, I said this last time. I'm supposed to get the tweezers to make this a bit less damaging, but I don't know why I put it back in the jar, to be honest. So snake skin. So have snake skin, rabbit skull, or love stone, or it's kind of like mental health, anxiety, maybe things like that. I'm just looking to see if that might link to chakras in some way. You're asking for like a chakra kind of thing. Let's have the spoon as well, and let's have the Shiva shell, because if there is anything with third eye and crown, that will tell us if it lands that way. So if we're trying to get like kind of chakras and love, I think they're the best things to choose from. So move everything else off. You need to be less heavy-handed with that mouse skull. I know I'm going to break it. Right, okay. So, okay. So we have snakeskin, rabbit skull, spoon shell, Shiva shell, love, and Mukite. So let's go ahead with those. And this is for Samina. Okay. So Samina, first of all, in the very center, in our kind of, so like I said, this is kind of current chapter, near future, distant future as we head out, okay? As we head along here. I'd knock that a little bit, it was a little bit more like that, I think. So we have the Shiva shell. So right away, we're getting a little bit of an answer with chakras, because if the Shiva shell is this way and not this way, it may suggest you need a little bit of work on your third eye and crown. Third eye and crown. And it's kind of in, if we did section the centerpiece off, it's more in the social and friendship section. So it might suggest, you know, our guides do guide us using our intuition, you know, which they, you know, they might channel messages or try to guide us through our third eye and our Shadow Aura, hello, welcome. So they do kind of channel messages or try to push our intuition with our third eye and our crown, sometimes solar plexus, you know. But I would say maybe a little bit of work on third eye and crown if the Shiva shell is not the correct way. And they might be trying to give you some guidance about social and friendships as well, because it's in this section. So the guides might be trying to tell you that, you know, we're trying to give you a message about who to connect with or who not to connect with, what community to be in, who to be vulnerable with, who to not trust, you know? So your intuition about that, about who to trust and who not to trust and things like that, might be a little bit mixed up. It might be a little bit mixed up because you're not fully getting the messages. So third eye, crown chakra, if you want to think about chakras, I would certainly say that, because as we head out, now I will go to the spoon in a moment, but as we head out, we're getting the snakeskin landing between social friendships, love, and partnerships. Now, the snakeskin represents shedding old skin. It's all about moving into that new chapter and shedding old skin. So when it lands in the social area, this can be friends, family, partners. So you're going to release someone. Someone is going to release from your life. You're shedding old skin. You're going to release someone who no longer serves you. So you might actually take the advice. You might focus on your third eye and crown. You might be guided to know who this is who you need to release. And in the near future, you are going to release them. And that's a positive symbol, because low release can be hard. Shedding old skin shows us leveling up again, like similar to the bismuth message, you know? Leveling up after we shed skin. So that's nice. But it does certainly seem to be like a person falling away from your life path, you know? If it's in like, let's say, finance and wealth, it might be shedding old skin of like an old job. But because it's landed here, we are seeing you're going to release a person from your life. So you probably take this advice, you probably do work on your third eye and crown a little bit. And then we have the spoon. So this is nice because it's landed the right way. It's all about how they land. So it's not upright, it's open. I'm sorry, it's not down, it's open. And this is an advice and guidance and spirits and self. They're the two sections. Advice and guidance, spirits and self. So this is open. You're coming to an understanding, you're being given something very positive. You know, you might get a really good message from someone. Someone might bring you good news. You might be invited out somewhere that's really going to change your life, give you a new direction, give you a new purpose. It's very positive for, again, we are looking a lot in social energies with your reading, which does link to love, so that's nice. But yeah, so you're going to get very good anything that's social. So if you're invited out to social gatherings, if you feel drawn to go to any events or anything like that, just make sure you are getting out there, because there's going to be positive messages or positive shifts in some way on your social path. But it's in advice, guidance, and spirit and self. So it could be a spiritual group, or you know, you might meet spiritual focused people who might be resonating with you on the spiritual path. And You might get some advice and guidance from maybe friends, like the positive friends. Keeps twisting. The positive friend's not the friend that you release, or whoever it is you release. But you are going to take the right advice and the right guidance, and you are going to open up your spirit and self. So I think that you really do work on this. I think that this is just kind of like warning guidance at the moment. I think you're going to take this advice because the rest of your messages are coming through much more strongly, positively. So let's move to the Mookaite. So the Mookaite is just on the line here between spirit and self and home and family. So that's quite interesting because the Mookaite is a lot about our self-worth, self-value, self-love, self-esteem, solar plexus chakra, mental health, you know. It can be like mental health, anxieties and things like that as well. And if it's landing between spirit and self and home and family, it can be like a release. So there might be like a resolution if there's something or someone who has caused you to feel like low self-worth, low self-value, things like that, or there is any like anxieties or anything going on with your mental health at this moment, you know, we need to be balanced in mind, body and spirit. It might be suggesting that you do need a little bit more focus on your mind, you know, keep looking after yourself, keeping up self-care, and things like that. You know, addressing any anxieties that you have, not suppressing them, you know. But it's positive because where we're landing on spirit and self, generally you're getting help with that, guidance with that, so that could be very positive. And when this lands in spirit and self, it can suggest now that you're going to start listening more to your intuition. So I do think you do work on your third eye and crown. I do feel like we're getting that, but it's a little bit in home and family now. That's nice because if anyone's made you feel low value or given you anxiety or caused you anything like that in the home and family kind of setting, it could be an actual family member, or it could just be because you know, if you're in between homes or you're unstable in your living situation, it can be that as well. But it shows a positive omen of that releasing or being resolved. So that's nice, whatever that might be. Of course, this is nearish future, it's a bit more distant, so it might not be something that's going on right now, or maybe it is going on right now and it's going to be resolved at this time. But then we have our love stone, and it's interesting. The love stone is in finance and wealth, so there can be a few messages with the love stone landing in finance and wealth. It can be that you meet a partner at work. You know, if you're single, it could be that you meet someone in the workplace. If you're in a relationship, it could be that your partner is leveling up. Your partner's going to come into money, or yeah, you might meet someone who, or the person you're already with, might have more luck with money coming up. But there's something to do with money within the relationship and in a positive way. So you could meet in a workplace, or there could be a positive omen with the money situation on the love path soon, in that in that more near future. So that's like a quite nice message. But then our other skull here that represents love, which is our rabbit skull, is again in the advice and guidance and the spirits and self section. I know you can't fully see it, but there it is. It's in between these two sections. So the one thing I would say is, it does seem like you're coming to really understand who you can, because you're open here, but in a positive way. So you are coming to understand who you can trust. As long as you shed the skin of this person, whoever this negative person is, as long as you fully release them from your life, I feel like you will take on positive advice, and you will be guided by your guide, your spirit, your higher self, to this love path. So this is a very positive omen for love, because when we get our love element in the spirits and self section, which is the section which it is pointing to, it can suggest a positive, like, soul family connection, you know, someone who you really resonate with, or who's on the same spiritual path as you, or who you just are supposed to come here to have lessons with, or a soulmate or something like that, you know. But yes, really making sure you're understanding who to take the advice and guidance from, and who to open up to, which it looks like you will do that. The only thing I would say with that is to work on the third eye and crown, and when it comes to the point of releasing this person, just let them go. Just let them go, because you're higher than that. You have better things coming. So that's what I would say for Samina. So we've done Kevin and we've done Samina. Let me get to the comments here. Johanna Lula, hello and welcome back. So we have, yeah, you're welcome, Kevin, of course, you're very welcome. Let's see. Oh, Kevin, thank you. I really appreciate that feedback. I loved how detailed it was. It actually resonated with all the things she said. Yeah, I know. It's so difficult for me to do a short bone reading. I always go into too much detail with them. But yeah, I'm glad you appreciate that. Kieran, sorry, so choose for me. That's great. I really appreciate that. So Smooth is accurate. Great. Carolyn, hello, welcome. Olivia, hello, and welcome. And Johanna Lula. So I believe Carolyn and Johanna Lula, I believe you guys are on priority. Carolyn and Johanna. So yeah, you guys are on priority here. So if there's too many priority people coming in and we don't get to the others, I will do a full members stream for reading because we do have a few members waiting on the non-priority. So I will focus on priority today. And yeah, I'll set up a totally members one if we don't get through all the members today. So let's see. Olivia says, where will I meet my future love partner? I'm really sorry. That's kind of a crystal ball question. I'm really sorry. Samina says, spot on. Resonates fully. You're awesome. Thank you very much. So are you. Much love and light to you, sweet. I strongly claim all positive energy. Yes. Love and blessings to you as well. I'm really glad you like that. So is Carolyn or Johanna Lula still here? If you are, so Carolyn or Johanna Lula, if whoever's still here, just let me know. Yeah, so do you want me to choose them for you, or do you have is there any particular one that you want? Johanna, I will do you first because you actually were higher on the list. So we'll do Johanna first, and then if Carolyn's here, Carolyn can be next. So if you have any preference of the specific elements that you want, please do let me know. But it may go quicker if I just choose intuitively for people. But if there's any specific one you definitely want, just comment it before your turn. Otherwise, I will just intuitively choose for you. But yeah, if there's anything you really feel like I really want that one, do let me know. So let's see. Shells, crystals, and animal elements. Right, okay. So we're up to Johanna Lula. So yeah, I'll go Johanna. If Carolyn's still here, it'll be Carolyn, then it'll be Aslila. I don't think Carolyn's still in. I haven't heard of Carolyn since she said hi, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So oh, my apologies, Carolyn. Carolyn is here. Okay. So Johanna, Carolyn, Aslila. I think we will get at least you guys done. But we also have Sun, Sankita, Kieran, and Goody as well waiting on here. Like I said, so if we let me see, what day is it today? Is it Friday? Friday or Thursday? I can't remember. Oh, it's only Thursday. Okay. Just because of the work being done here, I can't do these readings early on. So tomorrow we will. So if we don't get through enough of the members today, tomorrow we will do just a members one. So just bear that in mind. But it will still probably be around this time because of the work being done in the daytime here at the moment. It's a bit too loud. So, okay, let me get on with Johanna. So, what did I drop? You know what? I really hope that was my oyster shell that I've lost. I don't know. Okay, so, Johanna. Oh, I'm going to choose this one. And this one. So our bloodstone and our sunstone for Johanna. Oh, getting caught on all the threads. I'm going to use the chicken foot and the rabbit bone. And I'm going to use the pointing shell and a Shiva shell. Let's go with that. Actually, I think I'm going to only use one shell and give you a clear quartz as well. 3 crystals instead of one shell. That's what I feel drawn to for you. So let's move everything else out of the way. And it's Johanna Lula. So Johanna Lula, I hope you are present. And then we have Carolyn after that, and then Aslila. Okay, you have chicken foot, pointing shell, rabbit, sunstone and a bloodstone, and a clear quartz. Just felt drawn to use more crystals than shells for you. So we hold them focusing on your energy, which is very nice. And then we drop them. Where do they land? Oh, okay. So sometimes, oh, where's my wand? Sometimes a bone will fall off the edge and we won't read it. But this one is just about stayed on. So it is very, very distant future, remember, as we head out along the ribbons. This is our timeline, getting more distant future as we go out. But it wanted to stay. It wanted to stay, didn't quite fall off. So, okay, we begin in the centre. We have the chicken foot. It begins at home and family. It crosses our health and well-being section. And then it points to our finance and wealth, where also, you can't see it very clearly, but your sunstone, which is the stone of abundance, has landed in the finance and wealth section. Now, this is highly, highly positive omen. If I was doing a reading for myself, this is where I would want my sunstone to land, here or here. So, and yours is here, so that's great. Perfect. So, home and family, health and well-being, and finance and wealth. The chicken foot is a positive omen, very often links to abundance itself, even if it isn't pointing to finance and wealth. But it can be, if say if it lands in love and partnership, it can just be very positive omen and protection. So the kind of the leg area, if you will, is our good luck, and then the claws, if you will, talons, whatever you might call them, protection. Good luck and protection. There might be something negative trying to come your way in finance and wealth, but something's going to come along and protect you, grasp that negative energy away. So if you're going through anything difficult in home, family, health and well-being, or finance and wealth at the moment, something is going to help with protection of that. So that's very nice. So that is pretty near future. Remember, the centerpiece is our current chapter, which can be around 3 months. So we have like a 3 month in the middle, 6 month, and a 9 month as we get more further out. Usually, it depends how far into your current chapter you are. But something positive is coming. Home, family, health and well-being, finance and wealth. And then with the sunstone as well, we're seeing a very, very positive suggestion of you getting more money in some way, whether you really work really hard for that, whether you're putting a lot of effort in, whether it's winning something, whatever it might be, but you are getting a very positive omen with money. This is where we want the sunstone, so that's great. Not too much to say about that other than it's really great. But if there is any issues with home and family or your health and well-being at the moment, we are also seeing good luck around that. So there's also something nice to take away from that as well. Let's do the clear quartz first, because it is a little bit more near future than these ones. So the clear quartz is in love and partnership. So again, you're someone who's going to get clarity about your love and partnerships. So that could be getting clarity about, if you're already dating someone, you might get clarity that yes, they're the one, or no, they're not the one, and you make a strong decision, a firm decision, because you're getting clarity. It could be that someone, you get clarity because someone admits their feelings, someone opens up to about their feelings to you. It's clarity. You've gained clarity now. But you're getting clarity on the love and partnership path in some way, however that manifests in your life path. But most of your stones are here in health and well-being, so that's quite interesting, actually. Our pointing shell, but remember this is more distant future, but our pointing shell is pointing very far future. So that's I've moved it a little bit, but that's a positive omen because it's pointing to health and well-being. So it is telling you that that's something that you need to focus on. So if you do have, I know I say this quite a lot in readings, but if anything does happen, like you get little symptoms of something or start to feel off in any way, don't ignore it. Make sure you are seeking the right help, whether it's mind, body, or spirit, whatever it is. Really just make sure you're keeping focus on it's not saying there's anything negative with your health, but it's kind of guidance to not slip off that path. So as you head out to the future, if you are focusing more on health, maybe you're exercising, maybe you're eating better, maybe you found the right healers, or acupuncture, Reiki, whatever it might be. Maybe it's a therapist, maybe it's a medication, whatever it is that's really helping you, bring that forward and keep focus on the health, because it's just going to benefit your life, make your life more vibrant, So it's really guiding for that. Not a suggestion that anything's negative, so don't worry, which just really, especially if as we go along here, we do find something like, oh, this certain therapy really works for me, or this food really makes me feel good, or going to run every morning makes me feel good. It's just more of a guidance to keep that up, keep up any healthy routines and practices, basically. So then we have our grounding stone, though, which is in our health and well-being. So that's pretty. It resonates pretty well with this, actually. It has the same message, only the pointing shell is telling you to carry on. So this might be in the distant future where you do find something that really helps you brings you into balance. So you have that triangle: mind, body, and spirit. You find whatever it is that really brings you into balance. So again, it's not to say like you're totally off balance or there's anything wrong right now, but this is really rooting in, really grounding, really feeling like I am exactly where I wanted to be. I feel really great within myself. I'm, my mind, body, and spirit is super strong. It's just like very, very. You might feel okay now, you might feel fine now, you might feel good now, but it's like really feeling in your power, in the mind, body, and spirit, in a very healthy way, if that makes any sense. But it's just kind of it confirms this one to me, really. But this is the message to keep it up, whatever it is that's really helping you. But then we have our little rabbit bone that didn't quite want to fall off the mat is in health and well-being. So that's really nice as well, because actually the rabbit is a symbol of love. So in these readings, the rabbit skull or the rabbit bone, it is a symbol of love, positive omen of love. Of course, this is in the very distant future, but it could be that whatever your kind of practices are, whatever the kind of lifestyle you kind of gravitate towards, which helps with your mind, body, and spirit, could be where you meet someone, or could be where maybe it's a relationship you're already in, when you get this clarity. Maybe you do get into a relationship or you're already in one, but you make a firm decision that's right for you. But this is a positive omen because remember, this is more near future, this is more distant. So it's a really positive omen of whatever positivity comes in this relationship here is lasting to the distant future, because this is near, this is distant. So the further out our rabbit bone is, the more the positive omen of long term. It's like suggestion of long term, but it does seem to be linked to this health and well-being in some way, as it's in the health and well-being section. Could be that you both go on this path of being a bit more healthy, being a bit more, looking after yourself, self-care and things like that. And it could be that this person really resonates with you on that path. They're really into that as well, I've been super into like health and wellness, and then dated someone who drinks a bit too much, So it could be that you get with someone who's balanced in your life path and what you want to do. And it's a healthy relationship, health, So that's really nice for Johanna Lula. So we have that. So I hope you enjoyed reading. I hope you enjoyed it. So who is next? I think we have Carolyn, if Carolyn's still here, but I will just read the comments. So let's see. James, hello, welcome. Hello and welcome. I hope you are well. Guys, I really appreciate the likes on the video. I greatly appreciate that. If you have not liked it yet, please do like it, because the more likes on the video, I see it as like votes. So the more likes the video gets, the more I will come back with that video, with that type of reading. So do like it. And yes, Caroline, I will be very happy to choose for you. So let's do Carolyn. And Esalila, if you hang around, you will be next. So just bear that in mind as well. That, if you wanted to be present. If you do have any preferences, please do comment them. If you've already done that, just copy and paste that for me. But yeah, so we have Esalila next. But Carolyn first. So let's go. So I'm really grateful that some of you guys from Priority have came back. I appreciate that. So let's see. For Carolyn, I'm thinking rabbit skull, Shiva shell, spoon shell. What should I choose? Bismuth. I choose bismuth quite a lot. I'm stuck between, let's see, what do we have left? We've got 4 here. So I should choose another shell and another crystal. I think I'm going to go for clear quartz and the love stone. I think I'm going to do I don't know. Should I do the love stone? Yes, this is what I'm feeling. They're quite nice together. Aesthetic. I like those. Okay, So this is for Carolyn. Okay. So, Carolyn. So we have our first one in our kind of timeline, if you will. So our current chapter heading to the future. I keep messing it up. So we have our bismuth. So what our bismuth? So generally we do want the bismuth to be this way. When it's this way, it's more prominent. It's leveling up a little bit more. When it's this way, it's like suggestion of the ability to level up, the ability to have a more prominent positive energy in whichever area it lands in, but it might be something that you need to focus on, you know? So it's in the home and family section. So it could be that there's something within the home and family that needs work on. So it could literally could be the home. It could literally be like, I've been meaning to renovate this room for a while, or there's been something broken in the home that I haven't fixed for it. It can be something very material like that, but it can be something more about the family as well. So if there's any tension, any unresolved things within the family, it could be kind of pointing, trying to get you to resolve that a little bit if you can, because you want that this way. You want it to be like, yes, we're leveling up, everything's going perfect, but it's not quite. So, like I said, it could be something material, but it could be something within the actual family as well, the actual family unit, you know, something that needs a bit of work on. So think about that. That's pretty near future. Maybe keep that in mind. But then we have our Shiva shell. And Carolyn, I think you might be the first one on the stream to get the Shiva shell the right way, or the way we want it, I should say. We always want the spiral pointing upwards, so that's great. And you also have it between your spirit and self and your advice and guidance. But it's pointing, so with the Shiva shell, we look at where the crevice is pointing, not the actual point, if that makes sense, which is pointing this way to advice and guidance. So, it's in your spirit, it's in between the spirit and self and the advice and guidance section, coming up pretty near future, but it's positive. So what it's saying is you will listen. You might have third activation, you might have crown chakra activation. You might listen to your guides. You might get more intuition. You might get more clear messages come through. You might be gaining more clarity, and we do have that kind of confirmed, because as we head out a little bit more, we get the clear quartz, and it's clarity and advice and guidance. So, but the Shiva shell's pointing to that as well, pointing to advice and guidance. So I feel like these two link very closely together. It's like saying that, you know, you're a very spiritual person anyway, and you probably do already get messages and listen to messages, but it's all about becoming more clear, really opening up to what the guides are trying to tell you, and just more clarity and and maybe it might not even being more clarity about it. It might just be that you trust yourself more with it, because oftentimes we get messages, we get intuition, and we're like, maybe it's just me being paranoid. You know, because sometimes we can suppress it. So it might just be you start to listen to yourself more. You start to believe in yourself a little bit more when it comes to the spiritual guidance you're getting in your gift. So that's really great spiritual energy coming through there. But then we have, so this is very nice. We have the rabbit skull in the love and partnership section. It's landed upright, which is, it's not, if the rabbit skull lands upside down, it's not negative. It's not, we don't really look too much at the way it lands, but if it does land perfectly upright, it's more of a positive omen, you can say. So getting that in the love and partnership in its perfect direction, and with its little nose here pointing, that's very positive. Very positive omen in the pretty near future for love and partnerships. And if we can see, it's ever so slightly going into this advice and guidance section. So maybe a little bit of the advice and guidance from the guides might link to this love path. That's what I would say with that. But very positive omen for love and partnerships. And then we have the love stone as well, which is in career and business. Now that's interesting. Again, when we get a love stone or a love element landing in any career and money section, it can sometimes mean that we're going to meet someone in the workplace, or they're going to meet us in our workplace, or we're both going to work together and meet there, you know? It can be like that. But sometimes, like I said, it can be a positive omen of like more money, but a comfort around money. So like if there's a negative money situation with one of you, one or the other, or both of you, where maybe you want to do more things together, maybe you want to spend more time together, but maybe you don't have a lot of money, maybe there's money worries that getting in the way of the relationship and things like that. This is a positive omen of you or the partner or both of you leveling up a little bit more, getting a more positive career and business path going. So there's more money in some way, but generally does link to work, to a job, because it's not in the finance and wealth section, which could be winnings, could be other ways, other means of getting money. But in career and business, it links more to the career and business. So it can be about positive progression with money in some way for you or the partner in this more distant future. And then our furthest future is our spoon, and again, most of these we got very good. So Shiva Shell, Rabbit Skull, and Spoon landing perfect ways, great. Just the bismuth rally that needs a bit of focus. Just the bismuth that we would rather it had landed like this, But we have the spoon landing in its correct way. And this is our distant future, and this is health and well-being. So again, the health and well-being is mind, body, and spirit. We have that triangle, mind, body, and spirit. And this is really nice. It's an opening up for something. So it could be that it could be like you find the right therapist or the right holistic therapy, whether it's like acupuncture or Reiki or anything like that. But the spoon is it's very social energy as well. So it could even be that, you know, you like maybe you meet through it's kind of a message when we choose the spoon, or when we're guided to the spoon. I was guided to the spoon for you, of course. It does point a lot to our social energies, going to social gatherings a little bit more, getting out a little bit more. So it could simply be that you balance yourself a bit more because you're more in social energies. You're kind of like, our mind, body, and spirit does need that alone time and that social time. So it could even just be that balancing your social time a little bit better, managing your personal life and social life a little bit better, helps health and well-being in the end. It can be something like that when we get this one, because it's very social energy. So just bear that in mind, especially if you're the one who is leveling up in like career and business. Maybe you fall off the path of the social energies a little bit, and this is kind of saying to you, make sure you're balancing that. Keep your social life, keep a balance. So that is Carolyn. So I hope you enjoyed the reading, and we have Leela next, I think. Hello and welcome, people who are new. So guys, if you are new and you haven't had a reading yet, Gray, you're a member. Sorry about that. So great. So what I think we're going to do then, we have a lot of members. So Leela, are you still here? Let's see if Leela is still here. We then have Suns, Ankita, Kieran, Goody, and Gray. So what I think we will do, we'll do Leela, then we'll see where we're up to. But we have Ankita, Kieran, Goody, and Gray all come in, who are all members. So guys, come if you're a member and you're here, except for Leela, because I'm definitely getting to you if you're here. But if you are a member and you're near the end of this list here, is this a good time for you tomorrow? Because I might do members only if members are very interested in this. Yeah, Greg, I don't think you've had one yet. So that's what I mean. I would love for the members I'd love to make sure all of the members get one. I know some of you have already had one, but I would love to make sure all of the members get one. I might actually do a post, and if you're a member and you've never had one, please contact me and let me know, because then we can make sure everybody's getting one, So do we have Leela? We'll just give Leela a little bit more time. Sometimes my chat is delayed, so if you have already messaged, I apologize. But let's see. So we'll give yes, amazing. So we do a combination. Do you only want crystals? Are you saying that you only want crystals? I can do that. If you only want crystals, I'd be happy to try it that way. I could do a little bit earlier tomorrow, Kieran, I think. Like I said, I'm not 100% because I have to wait until the workers have gone. But yeah, it could be a little bit earlier tomorrow because I did. They left. I did work and then I came on stream. So maybe tomorrow I could do stream first before I get to my work. You know. Um. So let's see. But Ashley, okay. So I'm assuming you just want crystals. So let's try it. We've never done that. We've never done that on bone reading. We've never done only crystals. So let's do that and see how it goes. Okay. So we have. I'm going to choose malachite, smoky quartz, and clear quartz. A love stone. Always choose bismuth, don't I? So that's 2, 4, 5. So you want 6. So let's also give you. I should be able to change the malachite for bloodstone, and then we're going to also have the focus stone. So let's do that. Okay. So, and guys, if you haven't liked the video yet, please do like it. I greatly appreciate that. Carolyn says, fantastic, thank you very much. Confirmation greatly appreciated. The spoon has given me a track for purpose. Yeah, and I do think it's nice because, you know, obviously a lot of you guys are regulars and I know a little bit about what's going on in your life path and things like that. So for you, I'm hoping it's a very positive omen of just maybe a bit more momentum on that love path, you know, because it is a little bit slow, isn't it, Carolyn? So, okay. So, just crystals for us, Leela. I'm interested to see how this one goes. Okay. Ah, Smoky Quartz didn't want to be there. Interesting. That's good. The Smoky Quartz is more about what's hidden, what we might need to uncover. Something, you know, if there's a secret or if there's anything hidden. So the fact that the Smoky Quartz rolled off the mat is already a bit of a positive omen here. But you can't really see, let me just turn it because your clear quartz landed there, so you couldn't quite see that, I didn't think. Okay, so you only have 5 crystals because one rolled off. Let's look at it. So we have the bismuth. So again, you're someone who's getting your bismuth not quite the way you would want it. Generally, would you want it to land like this, leveling up, very positive. But it's pointing here to the present moment. It's in between love and partnership and advice and guidance, and it's pointing to the present moment. It's like telling you like now, you know. It's pointing to the present moment. So you may be getting some advice. Someone might be trying to give you advice or message or information regarding your love and partnership path. You might not be quite listening to it. It might be a person, you know, a friend, family member. It might be a tarot reader, something like that. But it could even be guides, guide messages. Your guides might be trying to give you messages about your love path, about partnership, and you're being guided to really focus on that now, to really think about that now. So yeah, that's interesting. There could be something on the love path that needs a bit of focus at the moment, because it's kind of pointing directly to the center, like as if it's saying it's quite current. It's quite, you know, it's going to happen quite soon. You need to focus on it quite soon. So that's interesting. But I would say, you know, if you do feel like you're getting signs, synchronicities, messages that resonate, you know, even if it's like horoscopes, or if it's what your friends are telling you or things like that, you might need to make sure you're taking on a little bit more advice and guidance than maybe you usually would, or maybe just being a bit more open to it, asking for advice and guidance even. I could be a calling for that. And then we have social and friendship. So we have the bloodstone here. So that's very nice because the bloodstone's all about grounding, about feeling rooted, it's about feeling at home. It's about where we kind of we put our roots somewhere, you know. So it can suggest, it can simply be, I'm really connecting with this particular friend, this group of friends. Maybe you meet soul family members. Maybe it's a few friends dotted around, but you're really connected to them. You feel at home. It's a very safe feeling with people around you. So it's really nice. It's like you have, of course, it's not quite now. It's a little bit heading to the more near/distant future, but it's feeling very, very at home in your social settings with your friend group. So you know, maybe someone does fall away or maybe someone new does come into your life, but however it manifests for you, it's going to be very positive. You're going to feel very rooted and very at home. So it's very soul family feel-esque, you know, that's how it feels. Very soul family, very supportive people who are going to support your path. So that's very nice. Then let me look at the love stone. So again, you're someone who's getting a love omen in your health and well-being. So this is quite nice because it does suggest like a kind and caring person who is going to support you. So if you do, I really hope that you don't. I pray that you don't. But if anything does happen with your mind, body, and spirit, your mental health, spiritual health, physical health, this person's going to be there for you. They're not going to, if you suffer some like anxieties or issues or go through an illness, this person's going to be there for you. They're going to be a support. That's a really positive omen of the type of person that this person is. So I mean, it could be, if you're dating someone or if you meet someone along this path, it could be that you already know them or you meet them a bit sooner, and this is just saying they're going to stay with you, they're going to be with you. Or you could meet them at this point as well if you don't know, if you're single at the moment. It could be that the meeting comes in the kind of, 3 to 6 month kind of area here. But yes, they're going to be very, very supportive, and that's very nice. But we have advice and guidance. So this is the focus stone. It doesn't really matter which way that one lands, so don't worry that I knocked that. But this is actually the focus. It's focus and study. So it's what we really need to focus on or study. So when this stone lands in advice and guidance, it might actually be that you study something like being a therapist, like something about like the mind. Maybe you could do a course in mental health, or like some level of therapy that helps in that way. It could be that you actually study something like that. You get into psychology, or you get into it can actually be like that, but it can also just be something that you need to focus on in your own life path. It might, because it's study or focus. So it can be that you study on this and that the advice and guidance, it's you're the one giving the advice and guidance. Maybe you become a therapist, or maybe you're just a really good friend, you're a shoulder to cry on, maybe you give great advice to people. But it's definitely something to focus on. It's definitely a huge giving advice and guidance and being. So it's interesting because a lot of the time the messages that come through are like, for example, someone will get the Shiva shell in there and it's like they need to take advice and guidance from their guides. But for you, it looks a little bit more like you're the one giving the advice and guidance. So whether that does manifest as actually a job, or whether it's just you're the shoulder to cry on, you're the person to rely on, you're the person that people feel comfortable with. This is very like you have pale blue in your aura kind of energy. Like, that's what I'm feeling there. But yeah, so that's really nice. But that might be a very important part of your life path. And sometimes that can be a strain. When you're always there for other people, you're the one that's there for other people, it can take a little bit of a toll on you, can be a little bit of a strain. So I think you have to bear in mind here, whenever, this is a bit more distant future, but I still think you have to bear in mind here that that's part of your life path. That's part of what you've come here to do. So yes, it might be difficult at times, but you've agreed to do that. So that's very nice, very noble of you to do that. But just remember that, that is part of why you're here. And it's a lesson you have to learn. And you're probably going to be very good at it. But here, our last one is our clear quartz, and that's in social and friendships. So that's really nice. This like saying clarity around social and friendships. So of course you're already feeling grounded, you're already feeling like your soul family here. So getting the clarity is like, it's almost like an extra step up in a way. So in social and friendships, it could even just be saying that this continues. Don't worry. Don't feel unsafe, don't feel unsure. You're going to continue on with, and if you're this kind of person, I suppose you are going to have good friends, because if you're very reliable, you're a shoulder to cry on. It's very difficult to not respect someone like that. It's very difficult to not value someone like that, shall we say. So it does really look like you're being valued in a social setting and in friendship. And social can sometimes be about, networking and things like that as well, if that's something that you need to do for your work path. So getting clarity here as well, it can just be really, again, a positive omen about friendships, positive omen about social connections. It looks like at least in this year, or the beginning of this year, the first half of this year, your social energies, your connection to other people is a very, very forefront part of your life path. It's very important. Romantic relationships and friendships, and even maybe the networking side of it, if that's something you need to do. So yeah, social is rarely coming through here. So do just bear that in mind. You might find that your social battery is a bit, you know, drains a bit less than it usually would and things like that, which is very nice. But yeah, get out there. Get out there. Be that positive light to people because clearly you have a light worker path in some way. So that was the S. Leela. Let me see. Very nice reading. That's right. It's me supporting others. Yes. So I'm glad. I'm glad it resonates, and I'm so glad you can make it. It's nice to do some priority, and it's nice to do some members. So I do appreciate that. So our priority list has gone down a little bit. Shelley's Pisces, Avril and Rose, Tam, Samaya, Ellie, and Flower Beauty. Then we have Suns, Ankita, Kieran, Goody, and Gray. So what we're going to do is, so I'm going to jump off now. But I'm going to come back tomorrow, and I think it will be members because I do want to make sure we have. I think we have like 32 members at the moment, and I know a few of you have been very lucky to catch me and had more than one bone reading already, but some members haven't even had one yet. So I do think I'm going to do a prioritize members on the next one. So at the moment, I feel like that will be around 5:30 GMT, something like that. But I will try my best to keep you updated. But you know, sometimes I do jump on randomly. I do apologize about that. But yes. So hopefully I'll see you guys very, very soon. Well, I will see you tomorrow, you know, if you manage to catch me. I will be on tomorrow. Hopefully you are too. So, but yeah, look out for posts. Feel free to message, of course. And hopefully I'll see you very soon. So love, light and blessings to each of you. And please like the video if you haven't liked it already. Like I said, even if you didn't manage to get to your reading today, more likes on the video encourages me to come back more often with this type of video. So if you like bone reading, you really want me to come back with it, make sure you like the video. And yeah, I really, really hope to see you. I really, really hope to catch you tomorrow. And we'll see. So actually, Suns, I think you're the only one without that isn't a member. So if you jump on tomorrow, I think we can do you as well, especially if it's this quiet as it is today. But I do want to, I'm going to prioritize members tomorrow instead of having the priority list. But Suns, if you come on, we'll do you since you waited today. So I do appreciate that. So love, light and blessings to each of you. Really, really hope to see as many members as possible on Suns tomorrow. So yeah, have a wonderful evening. Or whatever time of day it is for you guys.